Hey everybody, it's been a minute. We got some things to talk about in regards to 2XKO. First and foremost, let's just clear the waters here. Let's just make sure we're all on the same page. 2XKO is not dead, nor is it dying. I'm sure everybody at this point knows. We got an update from Riot Games themselves. In fact, from the man that we know and love, Tom Cannon, just talking about the fact that there are some changes happening when it comes to the support team or the development team for the game, essentially cutting their staff down in half from roughly 160 people to 80, and talking about the fact that they're going to stay committed to the promises that they made to the players, the community of people that have genuinely supported the game, and just essentially announcing that it did not end up having the momentum that they hoped they would have had with its official release 3 weeks into the game being out, which essentially translates to they did not make enough money. Everyone's doomsaying about the game and that it's dying or it's dead and that's it, it's cooked. Obviously this doesn't look very good on Riot's PR, but in response to this we got another update. What's next? New champions, and that is what we are going to be focusing on here today. I just saw this post. I have not read it. I have gone through and just kind of watched some gameplay videos, but of the new champions, which is going to be Akali and Senna. I have never played League of Legends. I know pretty much nothing about it. I am one of those Arcane fanboys and was introduced to the series because of Arcane, but I digress. I don't know any of these characters. They were not in Arcane, and I never played the game, so this is all new stuff for me. But obviously, as you can imagine, as much as I was sad to see the choices that Riot Games made with cutting their staff down in half, which having 80 people on your staff roughly is still a lot of people. I couldn't even imagine what they were doing with 160 full-time employees for this game. But regardless of this, I personally wasn't super worried about it. As much as I would have loved for all those people to still have their jobs, especially the lead developer who made Echo, God rest his soul, at least in the field of 2XKO and Riot. Obviously, Riot is still taking care of those guys in either offering them new positions within their company that they can, kind of keep them hired on for, or giving them like 6 months of like pension pay or just some sort of like financial assistance while they look for something else. So that's cool. I've never gotten that in any company I've worked for, so they still look good in my eyes. Obviously, I'm sure that Riot noticed all this doomsday and all this rigmarole that was happening throughout the internet about the game being dead. I mean, there's just videos all over the place because people just want to be so quick to just being right, or just wanting to take news out of proportion and just blow it up and make a big deal about it. But obviously they are still here, they are still committed, they are still working, and here they are with this update, and pretty much immediately after their update for the game, and are showing us their new champions and things. So they're still putting love, time, energy, effort, and investments into the game. So hopefully it's good. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna go on and read this. So hey everyone, Unknockable here. We wanted to give you a quick preview on what's upcoming for 2XKO. We have made a video to talk about this face to face, but the team is heads down and we wanted to chat as soon as possible. Okay, so the team is still working really hard, so good to hear. Our team is still fully committed and working hard on 2XKO, and we're doubling down on building for the FGC that loves this genre. A few weeks ago, I mentioned that we're focused on 3 things: duo play, core gameplay, community, and competitive programs, which are all, like, that's important. Those are all important. So them saying that they're doubling down on it is interesting because they cut their team in half, but now doubling down. So I'm very curious then about how the workload was distributed amongst all 160 employees now to 80. So now technically, in theory, double the workload is on them and they're doubling down at the same time, or that is just because that workload has now been cut in half and doubled onto them. Maybe that is already the doubling down. I don't know. I like that concept of them working 4 times harder, but I don't want them to overwork. So hopefully they're still taking good care of them. I don't doubt that they are. But yeah, anyway, to continue. These are still big priorities for us moving forward and want to dig into them here. Duo play. It's been amazing to see so many players discover how fun 2xKO with a duo can be, and we want to make the experience more accessible. I have more so became more aware of that. I got videos coming up for you guys here in the very, very near future with my duo partner that I've been playing with, aka my video editor. And yeah, it is true. It's so much better with another person to play with. There's so much more that you can do, and at the same time more challenges to kind of work through, and like obstacles in order to work on your synergy and your communication and your effectiveness as a duo. But it's good. It's a fun time. We've been prototyping a local duo mode experience that will let you and a friend play couch co-op together against the world. We're still finalizing our plans for the future feature, but it's a top priority, and we're working to get it into the game as quickly as possible. That's cool. Okay, so queuing up for casuals or maybe even ranked as a duo on the same console. We don't get couch mode really much anymore in any game, so that's really cool. I'm excited for that. Core gameplay. We've seen the conversation about that our core gameplay could or should look like in the future, and we want to clear one thing up. We love that 2xKO is fast-paced. I do too. It's fun. Allowing your reactions and creativity to shine while providing a ton of depth to dig into. Just remove some of the spaghetti, please. Just tighten up the game and really just please. That's all I ask. That's more than anything all that. There's so much spaghetti that happens with so much happening on the screen where the game can't even sometimes realize what side of your opponent that you're supposed to be on, or getting hit by your opponent's attack from behind them when it doesn't look like it. There's just so much spaghetti. That's just tighten up the game, please. Just please. The skill ceiling of this game is high, and that's where it's gonna stay. Good. Yep, I agree. We'll continue making balance changes that hit outliers in the meta while keeping the sauce of every character. At a high level, we want every champion to have a defined strengths and weaknesses, and right now that's not clear enough across all of the cast. Echo Yasuo is a problem. Has been a problem. Still is a problem. Mostly it's Yasuo. Community and competitive programs. We're looking to push how we support 2xKO tournament organizers and their communities in more ways, which is very important. Competitive series. The 2026 competitive schedule is going strong, and our next challenger event is at Genesis X3. Tune into the stream starting today, February 13th. Wow. Already happening. And cheer on the best 2x players in the Bay. Community support. Among other things, we're working on a program that will give local tournament organizers access to exclusive in-game Whoa, that's cool. Like skins or just like avatar cosmetics. That would be sweet. I would be all for that. Give me some of that. Which can't be earned anywhere else. The goal is to give smaller tournament organizers new tools to expand and reward players for joining the local community. We're testing this with a few locals soon. After that, we'll start taking applications to join the program. That's freaking cool. That's freaking cool. Now, granted, that's mostly only going to be something that is beneficial to like people who play this game like competitively, when I think what this game lacks more than anything outside of just simply content is things to encourage new players or casual players, or people that just don't take the game as seriously, for those kinds of players to be incentivized so that they wants to keep them playing the game. Which, if they're concerned about momentum for the game, maybe let's encourage it. Everybody who doesn't necessarily want to do the tournament stuff, because there's plenty of you guys out there. What we're hearing. We've also seen a few other conversations that we wanted to recognize. No major update to share on these, but here's a quick recap of what we're hearing. Ranked. We're keeping an eye on the edge cases that are affecting finding fair matches in the rank system. Okay, good, because it definitely still is not where it needs to be. It was nowhere near it. Screen tearing. We've seen a conversation among console players about the screen tearing while in game. We're working on an update to justice in the future. That's cool. Doesn't affect me, but it is a problem. Definitely fix that. Yasuo and Echo. Yasuo and Echo. Here we go. These two characters are some of the sauciest in the roster, but we also see their weaknesses aren't apparent enough at the highest level of play. Yeah. Okay. So they're still keeping an eye on them. So again, Timewinder, install. I don't know how they got to get rid of it. I don't think you should be able to just rewind into immediate install after a Timewinder and just get this insane pressure off of it. It's hurting the high level play without a doubt. What's next? Now take a look at these two upcoming champions, 2xKO. Everything here is a work in progress, which, yeah, so here we go. So Akali gameplay, which is super cool. we get a ninja character. She runs around and teleports and has really cool looking buttons. Not a whole lot to go based off of that, but her teleport is extremely fast. She recovers pretty quick afterwards, so it's a great whiff punish and free cross up as well. One thing I want to note is right here. This looks like she has a really strong 2H. She goes extremely low, so I wouldn't doubt that it would low profile. And it reaches at a fantastic angle. And on top of that, when she does it, she is stationary. She does not move forward at all when she does her 2H. So there's been so many instances with a lot of characters where you're in the corner and your opponent is jumping in and you know they're going to push a button and you do a 2H and it moves you forward just barely, and for some reason your 2H misses and your opponent is now on the other side of you, but their air button missed, but then they get a free punish on you. Like, sure, some characters can have advancing 2Hs, but there's so many that don't look like they should be, like Echoes, for example, how he crouches and just swings his bat in the air. That should not be moving him forward. Why am I getting crossed up? Please, Riot, fix this. Don't leave that. And then here we got Senna. Big old sword. Changes forms somehow, so maybe a very similar Warwick mechanic. I wouldn't doubt. She gets enough damage out or gets enough, fills up a certain gauge, and she's able to turn into a cool ghost lady. Cool. Big sword gun or a big gun sword. I don't know anything about sword gun or gun sword or Senna as a character. I do see that there's like these green orbs that comes from Darius as she hits them with her sword. And yeah, the moment that she gets enough of those, she turns into this ghost person. So a cool hybrid character. I don't know much about that. I know there's like a character from Guilty Gear that, you know, has a really big sword, kind of very similar. But yeah, so those are the two champions we're getting, which we already knew that we get 2 champions per season. Seeing the game has only been out for like 3 weeks, we're still a little whiles away before we get another champion. So we're still gonna be waiting. Meet Senna, who wields the power of light and shadow, blasts enemies with a massive cannon, then rushes them down in her wraith form. We'll have more to share about these two later, but in the meantime, we're going to look forward to your hot takes and theory crafting. I spent a lot of time talking to the dev team and listening to players this week, and the messages of support and love you sent mean a lot. Thanks for catching up with us, and we're looking forward to the journey ahead. See you in the lobby. And then Akali's next champion. She's a sharp, stylish ninja who cuts opponents down with deadly precision. No, ninja characters are cool, but you know, they're tried and true. They're generic, but they're tried and true. So I know Akali's kind of a popular character from what I hear. That was it. That's all I wanted to just kind of bring to light. I'm working on a lot of videos. I have a lot of videos in the pipeline here. I'm gonna work on trying to be more active, so be patient with me on that. Don't worry, I have been practicing quite a bit. I'm not quite at the level I want to be yet. We're making progress. We're working through it, and I'm playing with my duo partner, the one who makes these videos happen for me on the channel, and we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make things happen. We're gonna try to go pretty big with this, so wish us luck. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys have any comments about any of this, would love to hear it. Just put them in the comment down below. And subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, please. And thank you. Would love to see you guys more. You guys are cool. So I appreciate you guys for watching my video. It means a lot. See you on the next one. Out of here.